Hi everyone, I'm Josephine Bulmer. I make up one half of the Australian C2. Here's my second half calling right now. Hey Bernie, how you going?
Hey Josie.
Hey Bernie, I was thinking we should do a recap of our first international race together.
Sounds awesome. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, awesome. So that was Poznan World Cups. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it was that B final. That was weakness.
Awesome. Okay, let's get into it.
Alright, sounds good.
All right, there we are in lane 1, and we have Josie in the front, and I'm in the back steering.
Things have changed a little bit.
Yep, now I'm in the front. There's Ukraine. Yeah, this was our first big final internationally, and in the heat we're actually next to the Canadians, who are the fastest in the world, and we got a bit wiped out in that one. So
yeah, definitely a learning experience, this race, for sure.
Yeah, this race was a bit of a redemption race for us, and we're not up the front, but for where we were in our development curve, I think we did pretty good here. You can see the conditions were so bumpy. Do you remember that, Josie?
Yeah, that was a hard race for the wind, and I think pretty much the whole regatta, from what I can remember, was pretty blowy.
Yep, and there's a nice concrete wall at the end as well that bounces it right back at you. You can see a lot of the crews are actually on their lane ropes a fair bit because, the Great Britain crew, they're both paddling on the same side. They're doing really well in front, but
it's super impressive.
It was so hard to stay straight, and I remember talking to them after, and they were like, "Wow, that was a rough gig out there to hold the boat." Chloe was saying. Yeah, so we're a bit out of the screen now.
Just trying to stay in touch with the rest of the field.
Yeah, so this was in May last year, and we hopped in the C2 for the first time the November before, and
yeah, so only 6 months really.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I guess by the time Worlds happened, we were actually, I think our time was right up there. We would have finished with the girls that are. With the Czech crew and whatnot. We got up to their standard by a few months later, so...
I actually think this race was really valuable, or like this whole regatta being so windy, we learned it's just something we hadn't experienced prior to.
Yeah, that's totally right, and also just like learning that you have to race this race differently to a kayak, you have to be in front in the first 250, you can't just kind of like do a start, cruise through the middle, do a big finish, because you're going to get washed out by these boats. They're big and they're bouncy, and they'll throw you around.
That was a fun little shoot we did at the end there. Did you see it?
Oh yeah, we don't give up any seconds. We don't give up any points of a second. We're trying our best, but I think we've come a long way from this race.
Definitely.
And yeah, you're right, Josie. This was a super valuable experience. And it's something that we had to go through as well. We had to start somewhere, and I think we're going places now.
Yeah, for sure. And it was a fun race too. As hard as it was definitely fun.
Yeah, for sure. And those was it the Slovakian girls? They were in Australia
just a little bit before. Hey,
yeah.
With us.
So we got to do a little session with them. So it was awesome to see them on the start line again there. And yeah, these are the girls that we're chasing this year in Tokyo, and we are a lot closer. So
we stayed in touch a bit better in this one. Like for our first international, debut, it was. Yeah.
Tell you what, to cop Poznan as your first international debut course regatta, like this place can be beautiful, and it is beautiful even when it's windy and bumpy, because it adds a bit of something to our sport. We're not inside, we're not in a pool that's protected. We're outside and we're in the elements, and
it's racing. Gotta be able to.
Yeah, it makes it exciting. I mean, there was a few people swimming at this regatta, and we didn't end up in the pool, so.
Not bad for the first hit out.
Yeah, I remember going up in that warm-up, Joe's just trying to hold it straight in the warm-up. Because we don't have a rudder, we're just steering with our strokes, like each stroke. There we are with a 210, and now we're down to a 203 at nationals this year, so we're definitely catching up to the rest of the world, and pretty proud of the efforts we've made.
Yeah, for sure. We've come a long way.
Yay! All right, thanks for listening, and we're looking forward to getting out and racing again soon. And hope you're all at home and keeping motivated, staying safe.
Staying healthy.
Yep.